Our co-main event of the evening, Taylor Starling versus Hannah Guy. Our tale of the tape is presented by betonline.ag.
And this is one of those situations where Taylor Starling does have the height advantage. She does not have the reach advantage, though. She's probably going to want to try and stay on the outside, though. Hannah Guy having the reach advantage, but she wants to get inside and utilize that dirty boxing, that grappling, use the tie plum. Once they get inside, Taylor Starling's going to try and stop that from happening.
First fight in BKFC, first bare knuckle fight overall for Hannah Guy. 4-1 in her pro MMA career, including 1-0 in Bellator. Guy, who thinks of herself first and foremost as a grappler, Chris, told us that she is really focused on her striking. She feels she's made big improvements, especially with her footwork and her head movement.
Well, not only that, she changed her stance. She feels like she has to do that different sport. She understands that. She's really put a lot of time, energy, effort, making sure her stand-up is much better than it was going to have to be for this fight.
Hannah Guy said of Taylor Starling, I really respect her boxing, but I think that she lacks head movement. That's where I feel I can find my openings.
She can find her head movement with that, but she wants to get to the inside. The clinch game is where she feels like she's going to excel. If she can grab her opponent, pull her head in, wear her down, she can land uppercut from the inside to do the trick tonight.
2 wins in BKFC for Taylor Starling. Her most recent victory coming this past July. She defeated Cassie Robb by first-round TKO in 28 seconds.
And once again, you can see that confidence just swelling up right here. She came out and just said, I'm going to go hard for the first 30 seconds to see what happens. And she just unloaded on her opponent. You can just see the yells right here. Just screaming at her opponent. Savage move by her.
One of the biggest personalities in all of bare knuckle fighting championship, Taylor Starling. 2-0 in BKFC. She's also had 2 pro MMA fights, 2 pro boxing bouts. Starling said, I am not afraid to come to the inside. I'm going to open up with immediate punches.
Wants to do that. She says she does want to show her technical side a little bit more. Last time he just came out with a barrage. I know it always sounds great to show how good you are technically, but when you start laying a punch, it's very difficult to do, Sean.
As Hannah Guy was complimentary of Taylor Starling's boxing, Starling was very complimentary of Guy's grappling. Starling said because of the high level of grappling from Hannah Guy in her upper body wrestling, that she has been putting a big emphasis on working out of the clinch for this fight.
Absolutely. She says she doesn't want to utilize it offensively. She wants to work on getting outside of the clinch. She really wants to showcase a lot of that. She says she does it for her family, her kids, and she feels like she is the mama bear.
To get our co-main event started, Jeff Houston.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are now set for the co-main event. Scheduled for 5 2-minute rounds in the women's flyweight division. Presented to you by betonline.ag. Introducing to you first, fighting out of the red corner. Tonight she wears black. She stands 5 feet 4 inches tall. Her official weight, 124.8 pounds. Her MMA record stands at 4 victories opposite a single defeat. And tonight she makes her bare knuckle debut. Fighting out of Columbus, Mississippi. Here is Hannah the Hurricane Guy. And across the ring, her opponent fighting out of the blue corner. Tonight, she wears yellow and gold. She stands 5 feet 7 inches tall. Her official weight, 124.7 pounds. Her bare knuckle record stands at 2-0. Fighting out of Rock Hill, South Carolina. Here is the undefeated Taylor Starling. And our referee in charge of the action, Chris Young.
Taylor Starling in our fighter meeting told us it's important to her to land the first clean punch. Let Hannah Guy know what bare knuckle is all about. Round number 1. Fast start for Taylor Starling, and right back comes Hannah Guy. She She's in the black trunks. Yellow trunks for Taylor Starling. Into the clinch, exactly where Guy wants to be, now throwing the right hand. Good turn by Taylor Starling, left hook by Starling. Now the right hand. Starling trying to create distance. Furious start to our co-main. Starling, the head movement, the right hand, counter left hand from Hannah Guy. Right hand from Guy. Starling resetting.
Taylor Starling was hoping she could just jump on her right away and end the night early. Not gonna happen.
Straight punch, there's the left hook from Starling.
And the guy's eating a couple of hard punches and it hasn't seemed to bother so far.
Straight right hand again. Guy walked through that punch. 65 seconds remaining, round number 1. Good head movement, clipping right hand from Starling. That was slick.
Hannah Guy did a good job right at the beginning of putting the fight where she wanted. She's trying to trade punches right now.
Trying to come again to the inside. But that left hook from Taylor Starling.
Oh.
Left hook right back from Hannah Guy. This is high quality thus far in our co-main. Guy coming in, big right hand, counter left hand from Starling. Left hand again. Guy's face is turning bright red.
It's turning bright red, but she hasn't been cut open. I'm kind of surprised because she's been eating some big shots.
There's a big shot with the right hand from Taylor Starling. Now into the clinch. Again, exactly where Hannah Guy wants to be, what Taylor Starling trained for. Separation once more. This is the range that Taylor Starling wants. Closing seconds, round number 1. Right cross misses.
Oh.
Big right hand. Starling threw it naked and she landed it. There's the bell that ends round number 1.
Man, really impressed right now with Hannah Guy's ability to take a punch because Taylor Starling landed some huge shots right there. Very good opening round right there. I thought that Hannah did a good job right at the beginning, tying her opponent up. Taylor Starling pushed her into the ropes, did a very good job. Then she kind of abandoned that strategy. I'd like to see her try and do more of that. And right here, look at that nice clean left hook landed by Taylor Starling. Even when Hannah Guy does a good job of coming in and throwing some punches, she's opened herself up for punches once again. She needs to utilize that clinch a little bit more. She wants to do that not only to land punches, but she wants to tire Taylor Starling out by doing so. Push her, lean on her, wear her down.
Smile on the face of Taylor Starling. Sporting touch of hands, round number 2. Starling coming in with purpose. Throwing that right hand. Credit Hannah Guy, she has not been overwhelmed by this forward pressure, this volume of Taylor Starling. Dodson stepping Starling. Straight right hand, Guy looking to counter. Now it's Hannah Guy coming forward. Overhand right doesn't get through from Guy. Switch step, right hand.
All the punches right there. It's like a lot of punches being thrown. And Guy threw more punches, but Taylor Starling had a much higher percentage of landing.
Look at the difference in stances. Starling much more bladed, Guy much more open. Guy walking forward, it's a very traditional MMA striking stance for Hannah Guy, but she lands the right hand from that striking stance. So often, Chris, as you all know, it's what works for you. Abrasion under Guy's right eye. 5 seconds remaining, round 2.
Well, the pace is definitely slow. They were very fast the first time, slowing it down as you would expect.
Left hand from Taylor Starling. That left hook pulled back by Guy. Starling coming in again with the right hand. Good left hook from Starling.
Every time she lands a good left hook, it doesn't really seem to affect Hannah Guy very much.
Starling off the entry jab. Slide step that time from Guy. There's the long jab from Starling. Right hand, right back from Starling. After Guy landed flush. Left hand on the entry. They throw to the bell. That ends round number 2. Wow.
Another very good round. A lot of punches being landed by both combatants. Once again, just some good punches being landed right there by Taylor Starling. Nice, clean jab. Haven't seen Taylor Starling throwing a lot of jabs, but when she does, they're effective when they land.
Ellen Belcher in the corner of Hannah Guy. Round number 3. You see no animosity between these two fighters. This is just high-level competition. Now the clinch for Hannah Guy. Inactive though, the separation. With the right hand. Guy a lot more clinch heavy here, Chris, to start round 3 than we saw in rounds 1 and 2. And Guy lands the big overhand right. Guy now walking forward with big straight punches. Duck under from Starling. Best sequence of the fight for Hannah Guy.
Absolutely, doing exactly what she needs to do. Get on the inside. She's not going to win on the outside.
Starling resetting. Another left hook. Duck under in the right hand. Slick from Taylor Starling, now the jab.
Utilize her defense and turn it right into offense. I love it. If you see somebody throwing a wild punch, duck under and fire back immediately.
Right hand from Starling. Guy is showing a lot of toughness. She's showing a lot of skill in the clinch.
Problem is she's telegraphing her punches right now. She said, I'm going to punch you as hard as I can. So she comes right forward, and when you miss, you get countered.
Guy literally ran into that punch. Starling, you saw, eluded and then countered with the right hand. There's the left hand from Starling on the jab. Overhand right misses badly from Hannah Guy. Again, Guy running towards Starling with that left hook to no avail. 30 seconds remaining, round 3 of our co-main.
Taylor Starling does a good job when she's ducking underneath his punches and firing back immediately afterwards.
Guy continuing to throw the right hand. Moves back off her striking line by that long left jab of Taylor Starling. Final seconds, round 3. Big left hook from Starling, and again, Guy walks through it. Next stop, round 4.
Just getting in front of each other and trading, landing punches. What a fight.
Mouse under the right eye, mouse under the left eye on the face of Hannah Guy.
Here was that sequence you talked about, Sean, where Hannah Guy was able to get inside and land some good punches. It was the best sequence we've seen from her, staying on the inside, not letting Taylor Starling breathe, keep pushing the pace. And there was when Taylor ducks under and follows up with punches immediately afterwards. That's what she needs to keep doing. There was a huge left hand landed by Taylor Starling. Hannah Guy showing a lot of toughness right now. Her best chance to win is when she pushes Taylor Starling backwards. If she can do that, she has a great chance. If she cannot, it's going to be a difficult night for her.
Both fighters towing the line. Great sportsmanship. Dare I say in the year 2021, Chris, sportsmanship between Taylor Starling and Hannah Guy. Round 4.
Almost looked like Taylor kind of initiated that tie-up.
Left hand on the clinch from Guy. Shoulder bump from Hannah Guy. Right hand from Starling. Starling resetting. The fighters back to the center circle, center of the ring. 25 remaining, round 4. Long jab from Starling.
And you can see every time Hannah Guy starts coming forward, She's going to try and throw a big punch. Hannah's doing a good job doing so. She's going to make sure she doesn't get off balance or walk past.
Guy trying to snatch the half-tie point. Starling too hard, too straight with her punches.
And right here you can see both women landing at phenomenal rate with their power punches.
Left hook lands
Taylor
from
Starling just
Starling.
landed a few more.
Another big left hand from Starling. That backed off Hannah Guy. 45 seconds remaining, round 4. Right hand from Starling. Big left hand. Starling starting to land clean here in round 4 to the head of Hannah Guy. Guy, to her credit, Chris, keeps walking forward.
It just doesn't even look like it bothers her. She just keeps walking straight forward. Doesn't even look like she gets rocked at all.
Overhand right from Starling as Guy through. Straight right hand. 3-punch combination. Entry right hand for Starling. Best round of the fight for Taylor Starling, and we move to the 5th and final round.
Man, these guys are landing some punches. What a great fight we had here. I mean, you can't say enough about Hannah Guy, how tough she is right now. She's eating some clean shots. She's delivered her fair share too, but she's eating a lot of shots, and she doesn't seem to be bothered at all. Every time she just shakes it off and comes straight forward. Yeah, look at that clean left hand landed by Taylor right there. And I like the combination Taylor Starling threw right there. 3 punches. You might not land the first, you might not land the second, but that's all set up to land that 3rd punch.
In our fighter meeting, Hannah Guy said, I cannot let Taylor Starling make me move backwards. Hannah Guy has done a great job of not being moved backwards by those straight forward pressure punches of Taylor Starling.
Very true. I would like to see her try and get more tie-ups to wear her opponent down, do some inside dirty boxing. She hasn't utilized that enough. I think she's probably done it 3 times the entire fight, maybe 4.
Again, you see the real respect between these two very talented fighters. 5th and final round. Into the clinch comes Hannah Guy, hitting double underhooks. Now rights to the body, rights to the head.
This is when she does her best work.
Run-in punch.
That bull rush right now.
That simply has not worked for Hannah Guy. Starling just too slick with her movement, her defense.
She just ducked under and can come back with power punches afterwards.
Long jab from Starling.
I mean, you like to see Hannah Guy walk in with the jab, behind the jab, and then clinch. Not just throwing a wide right hand.
On the left hook. Overhand right misses from Guy. Guy again trying to run into the pocket.
I mean, you can tell when Hannah Guy, the way she gets, just look at her face, she's coming forward no matter what.
Left hand, again you see the head movement. The roll under from Taylor Starling. 50 seconds remaining in our co-main event of the evening. Clinch on the waist cinch. Guy driving pressure, puts Starling's back against the ropes. That's a very clever turn by Starling, but she took the right hand, left hand right back. Hard fought, well fought from both Taylor Starling and Hannah Guy. Nothing settled yet. Flipping right, clubbing right from Guy. Starling on the right hand, just missed the mark. Both fighters now looking for one more significant punch. There it was from Starling on the right hand. Starling on the left hook. There is the bell. The end of our co-main event.
with a nice right hand. You can see that by Taylor Starling. Came in, and look at this barrage of punches. Both these ladies are just really letting it all hang out. That was the end of the fight. Very entertaining.
Regardless of the outcome, Hannah Guy has just made this very deep BKFC women's 125-pound division that much deeper. Hannah Guy celebrates her performance with Ellen Belcher.
And you can see right here, both women in at a phenomenal rate, 31.9, 31.8. Taylor Starling just threw a few more punches right there, 50 more to be exact. Body punches, a few of them thrown right there, power punches. Man, just a very good, even fight. I mean, they were pretty even on everything. Jabs, power punches, it seems like they both landed at a very high rate.
We send it to Jeff Houston.
Ladies and gentlemen, after completing the amazing 5 rounds, here are the score totals from our judges at ringside. All 3 judges score the fight 50-45 in favor of your winner by unanimous decision, and still undefeated, Taylor Starling.
A clean sweep on the 3 Florida judges' scorecards. 5-0 across the board, 50-45 across the board in favor of Taylor Starling. That should not diminish in any way the performance of Hannah Guy, showing real toughness, a real understanding of the clinch game in her BKFC debut. And Taylor Starling's amazing 2021 concludes at 3-0 in BKFC.
Everybody, I'm here with the winner, Taylor the Killer B. Starling. Taylor, fantastic fight, first of all. She was very tough. You landed a lot of hard punches on her. Were you surprised with her ability to take those shots?
Absolutely. She hit way harder, and her clinch was amazing. I think that comes with the MMA background. Like, her clinch was super strong, and she was working with the clinch. So, yeah, it was tough.
You did a good job. I could tell the game plan was to not let her get that clinch. You really didn't let her get it many times. Was that the game plan coming in, right?
Yeah, I really didn't want to engage in the clinch just because I knew that's what she was going to go for. So I just wanted to tie her up. I mean, I'm down to work the clinch, but I want to punch you in the face, man.
Absolutely. Phenomenal 3-0 now. What can we expect next from you? I think I know what you want. Go ahead and let us hear it.
All right, give me just a second because I want to say hi to my kids at home. Carson and Brody, Mommy loves you. I do this for you every day. Now, plug your ears because I'm going to say some bad words. Now, I love you guys. I want to be the face of bare knuckle for the flyweight division. I want to be the face. So fuck any of these bitches that want to get in my fucking way.
All right, I think we heard it all there. Congratulations on a great fight. Can't wait to see you go again.
Thank you. And what's up, Tampa Bay? What's up, Tampa?
You cannot manufacture stars in combat sports. They develop organically. Taylor Starling is a full-on star. The winner, by way of unanimous decision, Taylor Starling defeats Hannah Guy.
Christine Misfit Ferea.
They're in trouble and down she goes.
Taylor, you say you're not scared, then sign the dotted line.
Fuck any of these bitches that want to get in my fucking way!
That's a legitimate knockdown. The third of this fight. This is an Hart versus Christine Ferea for the BKFC inaugural women's 125-pound belt.
And you can see here, Sean, there is a little bit of a height advantage, a little bit of a reach advantage for Bret Hart. I don't think it's going to be about this part. Now, the Taylor tape's going to be the deciding factor in this. It's going to be who's able to get in there, implement their game plan, who's going to have the confidence. I think that's going to be the big part, the confidence. Who feels like they can win this fight after the first round? That's who's going to be the winner.
The numbers courtesy of Crescent Tools and our tale of the tape. Christine Ferea, 4-1 in BKFC. Again, one of those 4 victories coming April 2019. Ferea defeated Britain Hart by way of second-round TKO due to physician stoppage. Ferea was clear in our fighter meeting, Chris. She said, "I want a clean knockout to erase all doubt."
Absolutely. It was a rematch like we talked about, both better fighters than they were before. She has been working on her footwork along with her head movement, more feints this time. She wasn't as happy with her last performance that she wanted to be. She knows her opponent is tough. She knows her opponent is scrappy. She feels like Britain Hart is kind of too big of movements and it telegraphs some of her punches sometimes.
Ferea also said, "Despite my victory, I felt like I chased Britain Hart. I have to cut the ring off better because I think Hart will once again run, once again move. I can't rush in. I have to be sharp with my counters. I have to be heavy with my body shots."
I really like what she was telling me. She feels like she can win an offensive, but she said the main thing is she's going to have to adapt out there. She's going to come in with a plan, but those plans usually change as soon as an opponent does something you're not ready for, so she wants to really adapt out there.
Britain Hart, 4-2 in BKFC, 4 straight victories, including a unanimous decision win over Paige Van Zandt and Knuckle Mania won last February. That fight changed her career, changed her mentality, changed her life.
Absolutely. She feels like she wants to come out there and be aggressive while she's sticking and moving. She wants to come from straight angles. She knows her opponent's very tough. She wants to come out here, put on a great show, not by pushing her opponent backwards. That's her key, pushing Christine Ferea backwards.
Britain Hart said, "The first time I fought Christine Ferea, I was lost as a fighter. I didn't know who I was. I didn't know who I wanted to be. I lacked an identity." She said, "Now I am clearly focused on being an in and out fighter with volume, with pressure, with aggression."
Yeah, and not only that, she really feels like this title means everything to her. You can tell coming from a B-side fighter, all of a sudden this is her Rocky story. She wants that title more than anything. She's ready to do anything to get it by coming forward the entire time.
Britain Hart also said, "I think skill-wise, Christine Ferea and I are absolutely even. The difference is my heart. I believe in my heart. I want this more." Title fight number 1 of 2, back to Jeff Houston.
Ladies and gentlemen, the journey first began at BKFC 5 with these 2 pioneers of the women's flyweight division. Now, at Hard Rock Live 3 years later, they meet once more to determine the #1 women's flyweight bare knuckle fighter in the world. We are now set for the next fight of the night, and it is for the inaugural Police Gazette Diamond Women's 125-pound World Championship and the inaugural undisputed BKFC Women's World Flyweight Championship. Presented to you by Tiger Life Energy, the cleaner energy drink. Introducing to you first, fighting out of the red corner. Tonight she wears gold and black. She stands 5 feet 5 inches tall. Her official weight, 124.8 pounds. She holds an impressive bare knuckle record at 4-1. She is the former Police Gazette American Women's 125-pound champion, fighting out of Las Vegas, Nevada. Here is Christine Misfit Ferea. And across the ring, her opponent fighting out of the blue corner. Tonight, she wears gold camouflage trimmed in purple. She stands 5 feet 7 inches tall. Her official weight, 123.5 pounds. She also holds an impressive bare knuckle record at 4-2. Fighting out of Ventura, California, by way of Danville, Virginia, here is Britain 7.0. and our referee in charge of the action, Chris Young.
This is a double title fight. To the winner goes not just BKFC's inaugural Women's Flyweight World Championship, but also the independent inaugural Police Gazette Diamond 125-pound World Championship. Britton Hart versus Christine Ferea, the rematch.
Okay, ladies, total line. Okay, listen up. Red corner, you ready? Blue corner, you ready? Let's knuckle up!
Round number 1. Purple and gold for Britton Hart. Black and gold for Christine Ferea. Very measured start from both fighters.
A lot of feeling out going on right now. And people don't understand what's happening. Throw these feints right there, you want to see how your opponent reacts. That way you can set something up for later on in the fight.
There's dislike, but there's also a high level of respect flowing in both directions. Hart working off the jab, setting the range. Ferea, you can see, loading up the right hand. On the rear right cross. Long jab from Hart. Hart again, doubling up the one.
I feel like somebody's going to have to start pushing off that back foot like we talked about with Bosworth. Whoever's able to do that's probably going to land the first big punch here.
Slight forward pressure now from Christine Ferea. Hart continuing to work the jab, lead left hook from Ferea, nothing there. Five seconds remaining, round number 1.
Not a lot going on right now, Sean. They're really trying to feel each other out. I think they both know that one little slip up could be a huge problem right here. Here's our overhand right.
Overhand right. Britton Hart continues to pump the jab. 1-2, pulled back the 2. Ferea jab to the body on the level change. Straight right hand, another right hand from Britton Hart. Counter right hand from Ferea. Hart now pumping the jab with more intensity. Smile on the face of Christine Ferea. Now it's Hart waving Ferea forward. And that is the end of round 1.
And not a lot of action in that first round. Very difficult to judge.
Sit right here. There we go. Face me. Sit.
Hey, in the corner of Britton Hart, her husband, the former
when
BKFC heavyweight champion, Joey Beltran.
Nope, he'll come up, but hey, great round. Total dominant, and then you close it at the end with 2 nice shots. If it's close to the end of the round like that, and we know you've won it, you don't have to go in and do anything crazy. Okay, nice and sharp, okay? How you feeling there? Man, the control is beautiful. She's frustrated, don't reach for anything. Coach, what you got?
Hey, all I say, different angles everywhere.
In the corner of Christine Ferea, the reigning BKFC heavyweight champion, Arnold A.J. Adams.
Set your traps, feint in and out, take your angles, level change.
Set the traps from A.J. Adams to Christine Ferea. Round number 2.
You can expect the pace is going to step up. I think you can see that's happening already.
Ferea much more active with that jab to start round 2 than we saw from the opening 2 minutes of this fight. Left hook from Ferea. Britton Hart continues to throw the 1. There's the 2 behind it on the duck under. Feint with the right hand from Ferea. Stiff jab from Britton Hart. Overhand right from Ferea. Chris, it's a disruptor jab from Hart.
Just throwing it out there, getting in your face, making it difficult for you to get any offense going on. There's constant jabs coming at you. A lot of people think it's just a jab, but you know what? We've seen in this sport, a jab can cut you open and knock you out.
Jab to the body, to the head. Ferea counter right hand. There's Ferea coming forward. Big swing from Hart. Ferea looked to counter, couldn't fully with the right hand. Jab to the body from Christine Ferea, now to the face. Overhand right, another right hand from Ferea. Ferea now turning up the temperature here.
I know she feels like she has the advantage on the inside. I feel like she's a stronger fighter.
Ferea said, if Hart's in trouble, I think she's going to clinch. We just saw Hart clinch there. Not necessarily that she was in trouble, but that was what Ferea was looking for. Swelling in and under the right eye of Britton Hart. Stiff jab from Ferea. 20 seconds to go, round 2. Big right hand again from Ferea on the entry.
You can just tell there seems to be a power difference here. Every time that Ferea hits her, you can tell Britton Hart kind of moves, her body moves.
Another right hand again. Rear right uppercut from Britton Hart. That was clever, the 1-2 just off the mark. Overhand right from Ferea. They continue to throw. In comes Christopher Young. Next stop, round 3.
The Crescent Lufkin Shock Force tape measure has the durability to handle any job site. Measure faster with the 14-foot standout and 2-sided blade with easy-to-read markings. Did we mention the durability? Crescent tools, trusted by the trades. Available now at your local tool retailers.
A little bit, she's trying to chase your jab back with the right hand. But close round, she might have got it a little bit. We get inside, we need to work, and you may hear us yelling to back her up. When we start yelling at you to back her up.
Some good work being done right there by Christine Ferea, just countering a big right hand.
Round number 3. Saw the knot on the forehead of Britton Hart. Left hook from Ferea. Hart, you can see moving her hips on the pivot, continuing to fire the jab to the body from Ferea.
Britton Hart's face took a lot of damage that round. You can tell he got little nicks and little cuts on several different parts of her face.
Britton Hart said very clear-eyed in our fighter meeting, if I can establish my forward movement, I will absolutely win this fight.
It's like the punch style is very, very similar to the striking right there.
Forward movement from Hart, continuing to be busy with the 1. Jab to the body from Ferea.
It just seems to be a little bit of a power difference in the fights. Every time Britton Hart, she's just throwing that jab out there, it just doesn't seem to have much damage. Every time Ferea hits Hart, it seems like it does damage.
Jab to the body again from Ferea. Ferea throwing those jabs to the body to open up the head, make no mistake. Ends the jab to the body. Now the jab to the head. Hart coming back. Forward with punches. Counter right hand from Ferea. Hart now a right hand hook to the body from Christine Ferea. Hart on the entry into the clinch. 30 seconds remaining, round 3. Big right hand on the separation. Hart landed cleanly on the exit. That was well done. To the body once more from Ferea.
It's an interesting round right now, hard to score right now. Britton Hart's throwing a lot more punches, but I don't know if she's doing as much damage. It's a very interesting round. It'd be interesting to see how they score this. You know, it'd be good, Sean. Some live scoring right there. It'd be nice.
That is the end of round 3. Chris, we will get it. April. The Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship comes to my home state of Kansas as we will be in Wichita. Open scoring.
I love it.
You have to go get her when I walk her back. You're going to go get her. Your head out to the side. Walk her down. Go shots right up the middle until you get inside. Then you can bring them up and under. Gotta walk her down. Straight shots right down the middle. And put her on her back foot. And have to probably slide your head a lot. Slide your head a lot, okay? Good. Long deep breath. Good job. Take that step off to your right and go right back to work. You probably have to win this round, okay? First was you, 2 was close, 3 was her. So we need this one. You're gonna have to make it rough, okay? Sharp shots, sharp shots.
Christine Ferea said in our fighter meeting, I think Britton Hart will struggle with my power. And Chris, that's something that you've talked a lot about on commentary for the opening 3 rounds. It's that power of Christine Ferea.
You can just see the difference in there.
It's the side headlock position snatched by Britton Hart. Now the inactivity, Christopher Young calling for the break, right back to it.
And that's what you get from Hart, though. You know, she's having trouble getting off what she wants, but she's going to try and find a way and win. She's getting in there and do anything possible. I'm grabbing her in the headlock. I'm doing whatever it takes.
Deep swelling, discoloration in and around the right eye of Hart. His face looks very clean. Again, jab to the body. Hart continuing to throw the jab to the head. Ferea coming in now with the right hand on the counter by Hart. Ferea, big right hand. Hart continues to throw back. Right hand. Right to the body on the uppercut from Ferea. Left hand. Stepping in. Huge swing and a miss from Hart. Unloading with that right hand.
I mean, Hart is such a dog. She's in there with a stronger person. She's getting hit a lot, but she just fires back every time.
That's a big right hand from Hart in the clinch now, driving Christine Ferea back.
I mean, look, her face is cut up. She's getting bruised, but she just continues to push forward, throwing punches, hard punches the entire time.
Hart continues to fire the jab. There's the jab to the body again from Ferea. Big jab to the face from Ferea. We're seeing that pattern, Chris, from Christine Ferea. Jab to the body, jab to the head, hook to the body. And there's the jab to the body.
There's nothing hard about this.
Hart on the entry. 15 seconds remaining, round number 4. And chance reposition. Now we'll get the break at the top. Does indeed from Christopher Young. Closing seconds, round number 4. Our first of 2 title fights tonight. Hart versus Christine Ferea for the BKFC inaugural women's flyweight title. Next stop, the 5th and final round.
Sit down, let him work on you. Better round, better round. You landed a good right hand.
Look at me. Can you give me this round right now? Give me this round. Win the fucking fight right now. Hey, you win this round, you win this fight. Win the fucking round right now. Win the fucking fight. At the end of the day, fucking win the fight. I believe in you.
If that's jab touches, let that right hand rip hard. Shoot it right down the middle, okay?
Then step over, clench her, and push her.
Make sure we're taking that step at the end, okay? Let me get that middle one there, Doc.
She's tired, Britt. She's tired. She's breathing like a fucking...
Sit and unload on her. Don't run. We're not. We're in bully mode.
Last round.
Ladies and gentlemen,
That's what you right. Okay. Before you're ready. Look it up.
Round 5, final round of this title fight underway. Hart immediately goes back to pumping the jab. Big jab, there's the right hand. Step in right hand by Ferea, and Hart walks through it. Hart has walked through some big right hands from Christine Ferea.
I mean, you can just tell how bad Hart wants this. No matter what's being thrown at her, she just continues to move forward, pushing the pace, pushing the pace.
Hart's right eye rapidly closing. Right to the body again in the clinch.
Like I said, she's doing everything she can in there. She's out there with a tougher, stronger opponent, but she's trying to do what she can on the inside clinch. She's making this fight happen anywhere she can.
Half-time plumb snatch by Christine Ferea. There's the uppercut, now the overhand right. Turned by Ferea.
Watch your fingers, okay? Look.
Both fighters, watch your fingers, right back to it. Christopher Young doing a great job keeping this fight flowing. Big right hand again from Ferea over the top. Ferea on the walk-down jab. There's the straight right hand. Hart's right eye is a disaster, Chris.
I mean, just tough as nails. Look how she just keeps fighting nobody and fires back. She's not shelling up. She continues to fire back at all times, but I mean, she's taking a beating right now. Look at that face.
These are 2 intensely likable people, 2 100% dedicated athletes. Former friends. That friendship ended, or at least on hold, through this fight. A big right hand from Christine Ferea. Counter right hand from Hart. Final seconds of this fight. Hart looking for one more right hand. The separation, uppercut from Ferea. Jab from Hart. The end of the fight.
Wow. I mean, what a tough fight right there. I mean, Hart is just, she continued to come forward the entire time. Christine Ferea is just a beast out there. You can just tell how strong and powerful she was. Each one of her punches, every time she landed a good punch, you could tell the reaction from Bret Hart just knocked her back, but it didn't matter. She just kept coming forward.
Somewhere Josh Barnett is smiling. Christine Ferea just did the front slash. Again, there was animosity between these two. There was never disrespect.
Yeah, the entire time talking with Ferea, she's like, no matter what she said, you could tell she's like, no, I respect her as far as she's tough. She's going to be there for the fight. You know, she's not going to lay down for anybody. She showed it right there. Look how tough she was out there the entire time, walking through, taking a beating, something a lot of guys wouldn't do, and she's out there doing it. Now Ferea still has the energy to do push-ups.
That right eye almost fully closed.
Oh, what she got? Look at that. There's about 5 cuts on there. I'm glad I'm not that cut, man. And look at that. Very high percentage land, 56 for Christine Ferea, 52 for Bret Hart Beltran. Wow. Head strikes, 50%, 44. I mean, these are just really, really high numbers. Oh, 91%, 94%. They're just landing everything they're throwing. They came to fight tonight. First round started off slow. They picked it up each round after that, though.
At the Florida Commission table, Tim Shipman tallying the 3 judges' scorecards. Again, you see that right eye nearly closed with Britton Hart. The cut in the left eyelid and under the left eye. The knot on the forehead on the left side of Britton Hart's head.
So that was just, I feel that power difference we talked about. Every time, I mean, Bret Hart was out there throwing a lot of punches, a lot of jabs. It just didn't seem to have that much of an effect. When she got hit, you could, I mean, the Ferea just hits a little harder. All there is to say about that.
Arnold A.J. Adams, BKFC's heavyweight world champion. I believe putting his phone up to Christine Ferea to say, look at your face. She has 2 small knots under her left eye, but no cuts on her face. That is what is at stake. BKFC's women's flyweight world title. The winner will be the first ever title holder. Here is Jeff Houston.
Ladies and gentlemen, before we go to the decision, let's have a round of applause for these 2 warriors. After completing the scheduled 5 championship rounds, here are the score totals from our judges at ringside. Judges Vicente Rodriguez and Hector Gomez scored the fight 48-47, and Judge Streisand scores the fight 49-46, all in favor of your winner by unanimous decision, and new undisputed Police Gazette Diamond 125-pound world champion, and your new undisputed BKFC World Women's Flyweight Champion, Christine Misfit Ferea!
And Sean, you just have to be happy for what a phenomenal performance she had out there tonight. And you can just tell how much this means to her. This is everything in the world to her, and she just got all her dreams have been answered, man. You gotta like that.
Huge disappointment for Britton Hart. She is a first-class person and a first-class fighter. Elation for Christine Ferea, the same. First-class person, first-class fighter. So the math, Chris, 3-2, 3-2, 4-1. That's 48-47, 48-47, 49-46. Hard fought, well fought. Both Britton Hart, Christine Ferea having their moments. The championship goes to Christine Ferea. The winner, by way of unanimous decision, Christine Ferea defeats Britton Hart.
I always bring the show. I'm entertaining. I'm fun to watch. Every time I fight, nobody wants to miss it. I'm just fun. I'm in there. I'm gritty. I'm nasty. I'm scrappy. And I always bring the show.
I'm the queen of bare knuckle. You know, I'm here to teach everybody. Like, I feel like they say son her, but I'm a daughter her. Taylor Starling probably will not want to be a bare knuckle fighter after I'm done with her. Hey, what's up? I'm Christine Ferea. I'm fighting out of Florida. When I won the BKFC world title, you know, it was all my dreams and hard work and dedication coming true. All the sacrifice, everything that I have done over the years coming into one moment. And oh man, it's that feeling. I can't even explain it into words. But man, it's you know, something that I didn't know if I was going to be able to achieve or didn't know how far I would go in my career, and I did it. I don't even know how to explain the feeling, but I'm super grateful. I feel accomplished, but I'm still very hungry. So for me, champion behavior is something that reminds me to check myself. So if I'm not running or I'm not getting up, I'm being lazy, I'm being disrespectful, I'm coming out of pocket for something, I just check myself. Champion behavior. Snap back to acting right. Sacrificing, not eating the bullshit. You know, just you have a short period of time to accomplish goals in your life, and they pass. I don't want those opportunities to pass for me. So for me, I've made up that saying, champion behavior, to remind me every day, champion behavior. It's not that I'm perfect or I think I'm better than anybody, I'm above. It's literally to check myself into being a champion. And if I want to be a champion, if I want to uphold myself in that way, I have to remind myself every single day with that, to try and get better every single day, 1% better. That's something else that I say is 1% better. You're not overwhelmed. Okay, I went and ran today, or I did my training today. Okay, be satisfied with that.
My name is Taylor Killer Bee Starling, and I'm fighting out of Rock Hill, South Carolina. I got the nickname the Killer Bee from one of my previous teammates. She's a heavyweight professional fighter and professional wrestler, and we would have to spar, and I'm obviously a sizable amount smaller than her, and she used to tell me that I was just like a little bee that kept on stinging her when we would spar. I didn't have a nickname for the longest time, and she christened me with the Killer Bee, and it's just stuck ever since. It's the vibe. It's the vibe. I've always been a fighter with just like the biggest heart, and when I go in there, I fight with my heart, and that really showed in the Teresa Segala fight.
Women's 125-pounders, the bell in round number 1. Coming right at it. Black and yellow for Taylor Starling on the rapid-fire start. Solid black for Teresa Segala. Straight right hand, and down goes Teresa Segala. You see the punch down. Right hand down for the second time in this fight goes Teresa Segala.
And to be honest, like before that fight, I kind of was just like, I don't really know what I want to do with my career, because I fought MMA, boxing, kickboxing. I didn't really know where I wanted to go or where I fit in, but when I first saw bare knuckle come about, I wanted to fight for bare knuckle so bad. And it just was years of me like really wanting to do it and never like taking that jump. And then finally I tried to, and I just didn't get accepted right away. And finally I got the opportunity, and it was like once I was in there, I was like, this is where I'm supposed to be. And yeah, that fight changed my life forever, and I'm so thankful. It's so awesome.
Like I said, she's very ambitious, and she wants this with everything in her. She's training her ass off, and I know that. She can take damage. I've watched her kickboxing fights. I've watched her bare knuckle fights. She can take damage, and she has stamina and endurance, and I'm prepared for that on every level, on top of skill, on top of IQ, on top of experience. I think she's young in the game. I think she's about to figure out that there's levels to this. She's about to be extremely schooled. I'm gonna show her so much. Right now, it's my time to shine. It's my time to be the example, and I really think that there does need to be a change in how these females are presenting themselves, and in the sport, what is getting attention. We're here to entertain, but at the same time, we are here to be an example and to show young athletes that are fighters, we're here to fight. We're not here to dance around and be clowns.
all along this journey, after I fought Teresa Segala, I just kept saying, like, I'm going to fight for the world title one day. I want to be the champion. There wasn't a women's champion crowned yet, and I said, I want to be the first. Unfortunately, that didn't happen, but once Christine became the champion, I knew I want to fight Christine. Nobody else wants to fight me. Like, what else makes sense? I'm undefeated. No other name to me makes sense to step up against Christine Ferea, and nobody else is going to step up to Christine Ferea, but I'm not scared of her, and I want it so bad. So, of course, I had to stir up the pot a little bit on my own to make things happen, and I do think that if I didn't do that, I wouldn't have got my opportunity, but I'm hard-headed and I'm stubborn, and I just hammered away at it until I got what I wanted, and that's to fight Christine Ferea for the title. To win the world title, for me, like, I'm a goal-driven person. I'm very goal-driven, so all the time I'm making goals. I remember the day, back in the day, I used to just dream about being a professional fighter, and then just climbing up the rankings. I wanted to be a known professional fighter, and I wanted to become a world champion, and now it's right here in front of me, and I have 2 boys that every single day I'm just trying to teach them that if you don't give up and you work hard and you're nice to people, that you can get whatever you want. And I just have that right in front of me. So it would mean the world to me. Like, a lot of people think it's about, you know, money or fame or anything like that. Like, I literally want to win this belt so I can just come home and give it to my kids and just, like, show them that, like, I did this and I did it for you, and you can do anything you want.
I'm better than Taylor Starling in every aspect, mentally, physically, emotionally. I'm stronger, I'm more developed, I'm more experienced, I'm tougher, I can take hits. I can do everything she can do 15 times better. After this, you know, I think she needs to go back to the drawing board and really evaluate her skills.
I fear no man, no woman, no animal, nothing. Like, I'm a fighter. This is my job. What am I doing calling myself a fighter if I don't want to fight the best in the world? At the end of the day, she's just a walking, talking another human being. She's a fighter. It is what it is. Like, I'm not going to be scared of her just because she looks intimidating or talks a lot of shit. Like, that's all just outside stuff.
Yo, Taylor, I know you think about this every single day. Trust me, when we go face to face and I throw a jab or a 1-2 on you, you're gonna realize your nightmare came true.
Welcome to the land of enchantment, scenic New Mexico. We're right outside Albuquerque. We're locked, loaded, and ready to blow the roof off this arena for Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship 28. And we kick things off with our free view, where you're going to see the ultra-popular women's division and a ring-rocking heavyweight throwdown. Then it's the co-main event, the anticipated debut of John Dodson and Ryan Benoit, both MMA standouts. How will they fare in the squared circle? And then it is the main event, the undefeated challenger, Taylor Starling, taking on our 125-pound champion, Christine Ferea, the Misfit. Who's going to walk out with the title tonight in New Mexico? I'm Cyrus Fees, and welcome to the Rio Rancho Events Center right outside of Albuquerque, New Mexico. What a night it is going to be, ladies and gentlemen. The buzz around town when you talk about BKFC is huge. This is a major fight city. They've had huge boxing matches, massive MMA events right here under this roof. But BKFC is going to take it to a whole new level with our first ever event in the state of New Mexico, and we come to impress. Now, folks, you are watching the free view. That means the first 3 fights are 100% on us. From there, you're going to go to the BKFC app. On the app, it's going to be $4.99 to get the event tonight. And not only will you get tonight's event, get all of our past events, and you'll get our next 2 live events, Thailand and Montana. That's all going to be for the $4.99. You can buy merchandise there. You can check out the fighters. You can watch all of our past events. It's the BKFC app. That's $4.99. What are you waiting for? It's the best deal in all of combat sports. And now it's time to go ringside with the voices of BKFC, Sean Wheelock, the walking fight of the night, Chris Lytle. Gentlemen, what a huge night we have here. First to you, Chris. The main event has a lot of heat, a lot of juice, as they say. Taylor Starling, Christine Ferea, no love lost. This one's going to be fun.
Absolutely. It's kind of funny. Early on, they were kind of friendly. They kind of had a good rapport. Then all of a sudden, the title fight comes into play. Not anymore, not friendly. Kind of funny how that happens. One thing we know, though, the 125-pound division for the females has been one of the most stacked, one of the most entertaining. I see no reason why it's going to be any different tonight.
And, Sean, you can't help but to be excited about this co-main event if you're a fight fan. We know that Dodson and Benoit have gotten it done in MMA, but that does not always translate to the squared circle. What do you see in this fight tonight?
Fully agreed, Cyrus. Our co-main at 135 pounds, John Dodson, who fought twice for the title in the UFC, versus Ryan Benoit, coming straight to BKFC from the Ultimate Fighting Championship. Both fighters know that high-level success, which both have obtained in MMA, does not guarantee anything in bare knuckle. Both Dodson and Benoit said, I realize this is a new combat sport. I'm fully trained, fully ready.
And Chris, I'm coming back to you, because we know watching fights is fun, watching sports is fun. We could put a little bit on it, make things a little bit more interesting, put that cheddar cheese on it, it makes it even better. What are you looking at here with Lytle's Locks?
I mean, come on, who doesn't like to make some money right there? I think Donald Sanchez looks very good right now. The hometown guy, probably a good bet right there. I would definitely like to see people throwing some money on him. That would probably be my #1 lock of the night.
Thank you so much, Chris. Excited about this one, ready to get to the squared circle, ready to see the fights. But first, let's take a look at the rules for BKFC. All bouts scheduled for 5 2-minute rounds, 10-point must system with 3 judges. Hand wraps at least 1 inch below the knuckle. They're fully exposed. Punching in the active clinch is 100% legal. What is not legal, kicks, knees, and elbows, takedowns, and submission. And folks, no 3 knockdown rule, and you cannot be saved by the bell in any round. Those are your rules for Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship. And let's go to the Crescent Tools Tell the Tape.
We will open in the middleweight division. Jeremy Sauceda versus Roderick Stewart.
Sean, the main thing you see here is Roderick Stewart has a significant 6-inch reach advantage. He's going to want to do what he can to make sure he makes his opponent pay every time. Sauceda has to come inside, so Roderick has to punch him every time, keep him at bay, utilize that long reach.
This is the BKFC debut for Roderick Stewart. He has had 3 pro MMA bouts, 7 professional kickboxing bouts. Stewart told us coming to this is BKFC in the sport of bare knuckle debut. He is fully aware that bare knuckle is not a boxing match. He said, I want to incorporate my MMA game, establish the clinch, work punches from the underhooks and the overhooks.
He's done his homework, Sean. He understands his opponent's going to want to try to get it inside on him and brawl. Wants to utilize angles and jabs, make sure that does not happen.
Stewart also told us that in transitioning from MMA and kickboxing to bare knuckle, he's going to use a more bladed, more traditional boxing stance. He said, I'm going to have that heavy front shoulder, land, and then keep circling out.
Key to him is to have a lot of volume, keep that distance, land that straight right. That's going to be the punch he wants to hit with.
This is the BKFC and indeed the sport of bare knuckle debut for Jeremy Sauceda. He's 1-0 in pro boxing. He's had 20 amateur boxing bouts. Sauceda is naturally right-handed, but he told us he mainly fights southpaw. He said, I'm not 100% decided. I think I will start off of the scratch line in the southpaw stance. I will then continually switch stances, try to confuse Roderick Stewart.
Wants to confuse him so he can work on what he wants to do, get on the inside, hit that body, then work his way out. Wants to work on the clinch. Might not initiate it, but he said he's very comfortable with it when he needs to use it.
To get BKFC 28 started, we send it to Jeff Houston.
Ladies and gentlemen, a very good evening to you and welcome to the magnificent Rio Rancho Events Center here in Albuquerque, New Mexico. And welcome to the BKFC debut in New Mexico. Ladies and gentlemen, all fights tonight are sanctioned by the New Mexico Athletic Commission, Chairman Joe Chavez, Supervising Commissioner in Attendance, Ed Manzanares, Commissioner Jerome O'Connell, Executive Director Richard Espinoza, and our event coordinator Martin Narro. Our judges scoring at ringside, Esther Lopez, Anthony Romero, Chris Teles, and Mark Sanchez. All right, bare knuckle fight fans, BKFC Freeview tonight begins with 5 2-minute rounds in the middleweight division, presented to you by OnlyFans. Introducing to you first, fighting out of the red corner. Tonight he wears blue. He stands 6 feet 1 inch tall. His official weight, 174.4 pounds. Tonight he makes his bare knuckle debut. Fighting out of Abilene, Texas. Here is Roderick Icewater Stewart. And across the ring, his opponent, fighting out of the blue corner. Tonight he wears black and red. He stands 5 feet 10 inches tall. His official weight, an even 173 pounds. He holds an undefeated pro boxing record at 1-0, and tonight makes his bare knuckle debut. Fighting out of Odessa, Texas. Here is Jeremy Sauceda. And our referee in charge of the action, Andrew Glenn.
Jeremy Sauceda said, I have to be precise with my punches. I do not want to brawl.
Step back a little, step back a
Both
little.
fighters on the scratch line, standing 3 feet apart.
Knuckle up!
Round number 1. Black trunks for Jeremy Sauceda, blue trunks for Roderick Stewart. Immediate forward stocking pressure from Sauceda. There's a clever 1-2 from Stewart.
And Sauceda's just sprinting in there. He needs to come in behind a jab or use some head movement. He just head straight up. He's got to correct that.
To the center circle, long jab from Stewart. Big right hand, and down goes Jeremy Sauceda.
Like I said, Sean, he's just running it in there, not putting his hands up and not coming behind the jab. He's got to correct that. He's got to come off the head movement, push jab, something.
Ready to go?
Mandatory 8 count from Andrew Glenn. Right back to it. Off the jab is Stewart. A southpaw stance. The naturally right-handed fighter, Jeremy Sauceda. Another straight right hand lands from Stewart, and another big swings from range for Roderick Stewart.
Roderick's doing a great job of keeping that distance right now. Stop! Making his opponent pay every time Sauceda comes in there. Sauceda.
From the clinch, the separation. 55 seconds remaining, round one. Naked right hand lands from Stewart from range. Sauceda, we've yet to see him switch stances. Clever right to the body from Sauceda. Counter left hook from Stewart into the clinch. Active clinch being allowed by referee Andrew Glenn. Now the inactivity and the separation.
Knuckle!
Stewart again trying to stay long, pawing out the jab. Straight jab. Step in right hand, misses on the overhand from Sauceda. He's resetting. Now 20 seconds remaining, round number one of this middleweight bout. Left hand lands, check left hook from Stewart.
I mean, Sauceda's just standing right in the danger zone. You could not stand right there, coming in or get far away.
Step back, let me go.
Stewart, a veteran of 3 pro MMA bouts, looked like he almost snatched the single.
He tried to.
Sometimes it's tough to unring that bell. Long jab again from Stewart. And there is the true bell. That is the end of round number one.
Very good round for Stewart right there. He was able to keep Sauceda at the end of his punches right there. Sauceda just walked right in. You can see right here, the first time he got really clipped with his good knockdown, he just walked straight into that right hand. No head movement, threw a little bit of a punch, but you've got to come in behind that hard step jab and throw that too if you're going to come straight forward like that. Or utilize good head movement if you're the smaller guy with the shorter reach. Sauceda is just coming straight forward. He's got to correct that. He has the ability to win this fight if he can get inside. He's got to push his opponent around. He's got to use better head movement, better jab, better push-off if he wants to get inside.
Let's go, baby. Get water. Same thing. Same thing. That's all we got, baby.
There's a little bit of water on the floor.
Okay.
Right there, over there, right there.
Seconds out cold, set for round number two. Both fighters back up to scratch. We start round number two.
I mean, see right there, Sauceda's just in jab range and he's getting hit.
Stewart starts round number two with the jab. Naked left hand, jumping in. The New Mexico Athletic Commission is using real-time scoring this evening. That means that the fighters and their corners will be informed of the 3 judges' official scores after every round.
The way it should always be, Sean.
To the surprise of no one, 10-8 across the board. The knockdown recorded by Roderick Stewart in round one.
That's a good job right there. Look
These
at
are big shots, and it's one knockdown apiece on the overhand right from Sauceda.
When Sauceda gets inside, he's good. He's effective. He just got to push up.
Up at 9 is Roderick Stewart.
He cannot stand in punch range, Sauceda. Roderick's got to move side, lateral. Cannot let Sauceda come straight in. When he does, he's got to make him pay.
Slight mouse pop under the right eye of Jeremy Sauceda, but he has now seized the momentum in this bout. Down in round one, dropping Stewart here in round two. Sauceda coming forward from the southpaw stance. 55 seconds remaining in this second round.
Sauceda still staying in that danger zone a little bit too long, but when he gets inside, he's very effective. Right there, those good body punches.
Body punches, rear right uppercut from Stewart.
Stewart did a good job there too. I love the inside fighting here.
Extremely competitive fight. Long jab again from Stewart.
And Stewart's not even stepping in with that jab. He's just throwing it with his arms.
Uppercuts, knockdown number 2. 10 is reached, and the come from behind win for Jeremy Sauceda.
Sean, we always talk about getting up off the canvas to win. We absolutely love it. Great job from Sauceda. Dealt with adversity immediately from this fight. Was able to overcome. Beautiful job. Here's that first knockdown in the second round. Just good body punch right there and a good straight left to the head and then just continue to throw punches. Good job right there by Sauceda. And right now he smelled blood. He knew he had his opponent hurt, so just continue to push the pace. Stewart bent over. When you can't see the punch coming, those are the ones that hurt really bad, Sean. You can always, when you see the punch coming, you can brace, you can defend, but when you don't see it, that's it.
Jeremy Sauceda told us in our fighter meeting, well, I don't want to brawl. I want to persistently come inside. He was persistent, came inside, was dropped by Roderick Stewart in round number one. 2 knockdowns recorded by Sauceda to the finish, the knockout win in round number 2. Persistence indeed. Well done and come from behind fashion for Jeremy Sauceda. Roderick Stewart was in full control of this fight. Sauceda made the adjustments, solved the range, and landed big on the inside.
Absolutely, I'm sure he came back to his corner and they kind of informed him, this is not MMA, this isn't boxing, this is bare knuckle. You have to be careful on your entry. That's the main thing.
Great first round from Roderick Stewart and a phenomenal round number 2 for Jeremy Sauceda to claim the victory. We go to Jeff Houston.
Ladies and gentlemen, our referee in charge, Andrew Glenn, reaches the count of 10 at 1 minute 38 seconds into round number 2 for your winner by KO, Jeremy Sauceda.
Great comeback win for Sauceda. He was able to get dropped, get up, recompose himself, take over the second round. Great victory for him. Hopefully he learned a lot in that fight and we can see him again.
Chris, as you always say, in combat sports, it's easy to be the hammer. Oftentimes you have to deal with being the nail. Jeremy Sauceda was the nail dropped in round number 1 by Roderick Stewart and came back in hammer-like fashion. 2 knockdowns to the victory in round 2. The winner by way of second round KO, Jeremy Sauceda defeats Roderick Stewart.
Welcome to the new BKFC app. Watch every live Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship pay-per-view event for only $4.99 per month. Enjoy our all-new library of content, including unlimited access to the full library of BKFC pay-per-views, behind-the-scenes access, exclusive BKFC original series, and additional live Bare Knuckle fights from around the globe. You can access it anywhere you want, anytime you want, instantly on most streaming devices. It's all available right now on the new BKFC app, all here for only $4.99 a month. Knuckle up with the new BKFC app, still only $4.99 a month.
Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship brought to you by OnlyFans, Crescent Tools, 8 Man Strong, and the upcoming film Skill House, starring 50 Cent and Bryce Hall. How far would you go for clout?
Set now for the first ever atomweight bout in BKFC history. Women's 105-pounders. Jamie Hinshaw versus Cassie Robb. The numbers presented by Crescent Tools.
Sean, I feel like most things are very similar right here. The only thing you see is a 4-inch height advantage. However, the reach advantage is very similar. The height, I don't think, makes as big of a difference. Everything else is very similar here, Sean.
Bout number 3 in BKFC for Cassie Robb. July of last year, she fought Taylor Starling at 125 pounds. April of this year, she fought Andy Wynn at 115 pounds. Tonight, she is at what she describes as her natural weight in combat sports, 105 pounds.
Very difficult to fight outside your weight class. Weight means everything here, so being down here should be a huge difference. But what she wants to do here, get into the clinch, utilize that to throw body shots, to wear her opponent down and tire her out.
Cassie Robb, a veteran of 13 pro MMA bouts, including one in April 2017, when she defeated her opponent in this evening's fight, Jamie Hinshaw, by way of second round TKO. This is the BKFC debut for Jamie Hinshaw. She's had 8 fights in her pro MMA career, including one in Bellator. And reflecting back on her April 2017 Pro MMA loss by second-round TKO versus Cassie Robb, Hinshaw said, Robb really got the TKO through superior grappling. I think she's a poor striker. I think she has no power. I think I will dominate here in the sport of bare knuckle.
Very dismissive. Felt like she has nothing on her. Opponent has nothing on her. She wants to utilize pressure after slipping. Punches come straight at her. Does not want to utilize the clinch at all.
When we asked Jamie Hinshaw, what does Cassie Robb do well in striking? She said, can I say nothing? To get us started, Jeff Houston.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are set for the next fight of the night. Scheduled for 5 2-minute rounds in the women's atomweight division. Presented to you by Blue Chew. Introducing to you first, fighting out of the red corner. Tonight, she wears black. She stands 5 feet 5 inches tall. Her official weight, an even 105 pounds. She steps into the squared circle tonight for the third time. Fighting out of Denver, Colorado, here is Cassie the Joker Robb. And across the ring, her opponent, fighting out of the blue corner. Tonight, she wears pink and blue. She stands 5 feet 1 inch tall. Her official weight, 104.8 pounds. She holds an MMA record of 4 victories, opposite 4 defeats, and tonight makes her bare knuckle debut. Fighting out of the 505, Albuquerque, New Mexico, by way of South Valley, New Mexico. Here is Jamie Atom Bomb Hinshaw. And our referee in charge of the action, Dave Rios.
Cassie Robb said, I'm going to look to overwhelm Jamie Hinshaw off of scratch with a high volume of punches, but it's a fast start off the scratch line for Jamie Hinshaw. She's in the pink and blue, black trunks for Cassie Robb, and big swings from Jamie Hinshaw. Robb immediately on the defense, the right hand getting through, big overhand rights, ferocious swings, another overhand right from Jamie Hinshaw.
Hinshaw better finish Robb right now, because if not, she might gas out. She's got to be very careful with the amount of energy she's expended right now.
More big shots. Robb looking to counter, straight right hand, another right hand on the hook from Hinshaw. Big shots. Referee Dave Rios taking a really close look. A barrage of punches continuing for Jamie Hinshaw.
And Cassie Robb would be smart right now if she could clinch her opponent up right now.
Another overhand right. Jab getting through from Robb. Undeterred is Hinshaw. Uppercut to the body. Overhand left on the counter from Hinshaw. You can smear of blood on Robb's face.
Hinshaw slowing down a bit right now, but she better jump all over her opponent. Robb, if she gets through this round and can weather the storm.
Dave Rios just told Robb, show me something or I'm going to stop this fight. Looking to clinch now is Cassie Robb.
If I'm Hinshaw right now, I'm getting away and just trying to land punches right now, in the fight right now.
Left hand, right hand. Robb nearly turned her back for the second time.
That's it.
That is it. The win in her BKFC debut for Jamie Hinshaw.
And that was non-stop action from the very first second. Bombs the entire time. And Robb's face is a mess right now. That's a high risk, high reward for Hinshaw right there. You come out throw bombs like that, you better get the victory right away, because if not, you're going to be gassed for the next 4 rounds, Sean.
April 2017 in Pro MMA. The victory belonged to Robb. Tonight here at BKFC 28, the victory belongs to Jamie Hinshaw. Rapid fire start off from scratch.
And just winging punches the entire time. You could tell she had confidence in Hinshaw that she was a stronger fighter right now. She could land the better shots. Just winging punches right there. Not super technical, but just ferocious. Look at her the entire time coming. Never stopped throwing punches the entire fight. And a lot of those landed, and they did a lot of damage right now to Cassie Robb. Just continued. Look at that. Just stayed in her face the entire time. Didn't give her a second.
Chris, not to play matchmaker, and we have an outstanding one in Nate Shook, but I believe Jenny Savage can make 105 pounds.
Well, there you go. That'd be a great fight, Sean. I like what you're doing right now. Nate should be thanking you right now for doing this job.
Jamie Hinshaw versus perhaps Jenny Savage at 105. Just speculating. What we are not speculating about, what is fact, is that that was a phenomenal, dominant, steamroller-like performance for Jamie Hinshaw. Cassie Robb talked about exploding off the scratch line, but she was immediately put on defense, put on her back foot, and Hinshaw did not stop punching all the way to the end. And full credit to referee Dave Rios. This is his BKFC debut. Allowed the punches to go through, talked to Rob. Great stoppage, no argument from Rob, and a phenomenal win for Jamie Hinshaw. We go to Jeff Houston.
Ladies and gentlemen, our referee in charge, Dave Rios, steps in and calls a stop to this fight at 1 minute 18 seconds into round number 1 for your winner by KO, Jamie Adam Bomb Hinshaw.
Sean, a great debut for Hinshaw. She showed a lot of heart, a lot of power right there. A lot of tenacity, just continued to throw punches the entire time, coming after her opponent, Cassie Robb.
Cassie Robb is tough, she is talented, but she was simply overwhelmed by the onslaught, the volume, and the precision of Jamie Hinshaw. The winner, by way of first-round TKO, Jamie Hinshaw defeats Cassie Robb.
The world's most exciting combat sport, Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship presents BKFC 29, live on Saturday night, September 10th. In the main event, the inaugural women's strawweight world title is up for grabs as BKFC vet Britain Hart fights BKFC Thailand champion Fanny Palumpi. In the co-main event, combat sports legend Joe Diesel Riggs clashes with rising star Josh D-Day Dyer. Watch it live on the BKFC app. Download it at bkfc.com. Welcome to the new BKFC app. Watch every live Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship pay-per-view event for only $4.99 per month. Enjoy our all-new library of content, including unlimited access to the full library of BKFC pay-per-views, behind-the-scenes access, exclusive BKFC original series, and additional live Bare Knuckle fights from around the globe. You can access it anywhere you want, anytime you want, instantly on most streaming devices. It's all available right now on the new BKFC app. All here for only $4.99 a month. Knuckle up with the new BKFC app. Still only $4.99 a month.
To the heavyweight division we go. Our tale of the tape is presented by Crescent Tools. Kyle McElroy versus Josh Watson.
Sean, you can see everything very similar except for the weight. Josh Watson is 20 pounds heavier than McElroy. McElroy is lost a lot of weight. Looks like he's been doing a lot of training, trimmed down quite a bit since the first time we've seen him. We'll see if that makes a difference, if he's in better shape or if Washington's going to be bigger and able to push him around.
Bout number 2 in BKFC for Josh Watson. He's had 10 pro MMA bouts, played football at the University of Maine, and what used to be called NCAA Division I AA. I think they have a lot of letters now, something like FCS. Regardless, that's a high level for Watson, and he was an outstanding lineman, or an outstanding offensive lineman. Watson brings that footwork from playing college football at the Division I level into fighting. Watson told us he feels much more relaxed for this, his second fight in Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship. Watson said in preparing for his first bout in October of last year, he was using big boxing gloves, 18-ounce, 20-ounce gloves. He said he switched for this, his second bout in bare knuckle, to sparring with sevens, what are colloquially called puffies, 7-ounce MMA sparring gloves.
Weird, which on he wants to beat his opponent up the entire fight here. Said he doesn't want just a quick knockdown. He wants to see blood from not only his opponent, but himself. Crazy, I don't ever want to bleed. This guy wants to bleed in there, but make his opponent bleed more.
Bout number 3, and Kyle McElroy came to Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship with no pro or amateur fights. McElroy said that he has really figured out how to become a professional fighter, literally learning on the job, figuratively being thrown immediately into the deep end of the pool. McElroy said he has put a big focus on cardio, He's also working on precision punches over power punches, which shows his evolution as a professional fighter.
Felt like it was very imperative for him to be elusive this fight, but one of the main things he said, stay mentally focused. He felt like his last time things didn't go his way, got hit after the bell was after. He said that really threw him off mentally. He said that if he can stay focused, he feels like he has a great chance of winning this fight.
Back we go to Jeff Houston.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are set for the next fight of the night, scheduled for 5 2-minute rounds in the heavyweight division, presented to you by Crescent Tools. Introducing to you first, fighting out of the red corner, tonight he wears black. He stands at even 6 feet tall. His official weight, 263.6 pounds. He steps into the squared circle for the second time. Fighting out of Las Vegas, Nevada, here is Josh Stay Down Watson. And across the ring, his opponent, fighting out of the blue corner. Tonight, he wears yellow trimmed in green and red. He stands 6 feet 3 inches tall. His official weight, 242.4 pounds. He steps into the squared circle for the third time. Fighting out of Albuquerque, New Mexico, here is Kyle, the Irishman, McElroy. And our referee in charge of the action, Big Dan Murgliata.
Kyle McElroy said, I really respect Josh Watson's punching power. I do not want to get pulled into 50-50 situations. Be smart, keep moving. Round number 1. Black and yellow trunks for Kyle McElroy. He's moving off of the jab. Black trunks now flicking the jab, Josh Watson. Patient measured start for both fighters. Both throwing the one. McElroy pushing forward, back into the center circle. So loading up the right hand, left hook just misses from McElroy.
Surprised if I'm watching, I'm going to push my opponent into the ropes and keep backing him up.
Left hand lands from McElroy. Stepping right hand. Ruled a knockdown by Dan Murgliata.
Correctly so, the rope stopped him from falling straight back. He's hurt, Sean. He better get his mouthpiece.
Mouthpiece is out. Mandatory 8. Mouthpiece in.
McElroy's still a little bit hurt. He might want to keep on his back right now. Keep moving. Don't get another exchange like that.
Watson, double the jab. Check left hook. Overhand right. Counter overhand right after McElroy landed. Left hook lands from Watson. Big left hook. A right hand. Another left hand, right hand. Ruled knockdown number 2. Both knockdowns ruled by Murgliata. As the ring rope supporting McElroy.
McElroy is badly hurt right now.
McElroy tells Murgliata he does not want to continue. And win number 1 in BKFC for Josh Watson with emphasis.
Landed huge punches right there, Sean. Just waited for the right time. He didn't get what he wanted. He's not bleeding right now, but McElroy sure is. Look at these hammers he's throwing now. Boom! As soon as he landed that good 1-2, no, it wasn't a 1-2. It was a left hook. It was a 3-2. Great job. Just a hook and then a straight right. Watch it. Bam! Just throwing hard punches the entire time. You can tell right there, McElroy very hurt. He's trying to adjust his mouthpieces. Maybe he had his teeth knocked out. I'm not sure. No, he just gave it a little nod. I'm not into it.
Dan Murgliata correct in ruling those both knockdowns. The rule, and it's the same for boxing, kickboxing, Muay Thai, Letway. If the ring ropes keep the fighter up, and that fighter would otherwise fall to the canvas, then the referee rules it a knockdown. That's what Murgliata did. Now in the ending sequence, Murgliata, this is how referees are trained. I know this from my very low-level Midwest Circuit boxing referee career 20 years ago, Chris. You're looking for, yes, I want to continue. You don't want a no or silence. Usually you'll get silence. It was essentially silence and a slight negative shake of the head from Kyle McElroy. That's why Murgliata stopped this fight. There is the win for Josh Watson. no discredit to Kyle McElroy. You could see his improvement. He came to fight. He was landing the jab. Josh Watson, though, single-mindedly coming forward, throwing huge punches.
And I take it back. Watson does have a little bit of blood coming out of his nose. He must be happy.
Here's Jeff Houston.
Ladies and gentlemen, our referee in charge, Big Dan Murgliata, steps in and calls a stop to the fight at 1 minute 24 seconds into round number 1 for your winner by TKO, Josh Stay Down Watson.
Huge comeback fight for Josh Watson. Sean, he showed if he touches you, he can hurt you. I'd love to see this guy fight first again. Put him in there with some of the other big heavyweights.
Josh Watson, power and precision. Heavy, hard, accurate punches. Credit Kyle McElroy, he took big shots, but just simply overwhelmed by that power and that placement. 2 knockdowns ruled, and that is the win in round number 1. Victorious by way of first round knockout, Josh Watson defeats Kyle McElroy. Chris, our first time for Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship in the great state of New Mexico. We're just north of Albuquerque proper, the greater Albuquerque area in Rio Rancho. This is a great fight city, a great fight state. MMA boxing, a long history, a decorated history, and now bare knuckle. Significant because the sport of Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship continues to grow throughout the United States. More state commissions coming on board. We will soon be moving to Louisiana for our first time. We will continue to go on this track. We opened up Nebraska. We opened up Kansas. We started in Wyoming. Mississippi came on board, then Florida. Here we are with New Mexico, and this will be the start of a long run in this great state.
I believe we're going to Colorado soon. This is fantastic, Sean. The good thing about what a great night we've started off with already, I think the best seat in this house is probably going to be the judges' spot because 3 fights, 3 knockouts. I mean, nobody ever comes here and says, man, there was just too many knockouts this night. So this is what you're going to see when you get here. It's going to be a great night of fights.
If you're new to BKFC, if you're with us for the first time watching on our free view, we will tell you at the top of the hour, just like we do on every show, our main card begins. That's what you get from BKFC. We have our prelims. It's free to the world for 1 hour, and then our main card begins. You can watch it worldwide on the BKFC app. Chris, a high rate of finishes, the highest rate of finishes in all of professional combat sports.
One thing I love about it, Sean, is people come to fight here. 2-minute rounds, we encourage a lot of action. You get active clinch. It's a lot more exciting than most of the other combative sports that I've seen. That's why I love doing it. That's why I love being part of what we do here. This is fantastic to watch, and I think it's very fan-friendly. If you love that aspect of fighting, this is a sport for you.
Our main event tonight for the BKFC Women's 125-pound Championship, the title holder. She has been simply dominant in BKFC, Christine Ferea versus Taylor Starling, who enters at 3-0.
Undefeated. She's came out there and she's found ways to win every time. Sometimes she jumps on the opponent. Sometimes she goes through wars to win. She does whatever it takes to win the fight, Sean. That's what you've loved about her. But going up against the animal in Ferea, so just a great contrast in styles. We got one going to move, one going to come right forward. It's just going to be a great fight.
Chris, at BKFC 2, you were part of that first wave of UFC stars coming into Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship. This is the next wave. We will see that on full display in our co-main, set for the 135-pound division. John Dodson, who twice fought Demetrius Johnson for the UFC 125-pound World Championship, versus Ryan Benoit, who comes directly from the Ultimate Fighting Championship to Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship.
Sean, one thing that I think really intrigues fighters, especially from the UFC and mixed martial arts about this, is you get a little bit older, you've been doing that sport for so long, you go, man, all I have to do is work on my hands here, my back doesn't hurt, my knees don't hurt, all the wrestling, jiu-jitsu, kickboxing, all that stuff wears your body down. This is so much different, Trey. Not easier, just different, but your body feels better. It rejuvenates you, it keeps your career going longer. I think a lot more guys can look into going bare knuckle.
This is our first time in the great state of New Mexico again, as Chris mentioned. Coming on board, you will see it in October, our first time in Louisiana, our first time in Colorado. Last week, we were at Wembley Arena in London, our first time ever for BKFC in the United Kingdom, the ancestral home of bare knuckle fighting. Next week, you and I will be commentating BKFC 3 from Thailand. This is the sister organization, the Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship. No additional fee with your monthly $4.99 BKFC app subscription. Full access, not just to these fights, but from the fights from Thailand as well. Again, next week, our third bout in Thailand. So the United States, the United Kingdom, Thailand, more countries coming on board.
Sean, it's unbelievable to me. $4.99. $60 for the entire year. You get nothing but great fights. I mean, if you want to maximize and make, you're basically paying about $2.50 per fight, it seems like. I mean, that's nothing. You pay more than anything else you want to do for entertainment. It's the best value out there. You have to get the BKFC app, please.
Top of the hour, our main card will begin, again, culminating in our main event for the strap, the women's 125-pound championship. The title holder, Christine Ferea, versus the undefeated Taylor Starling. Again, the way to watch worldwide, part of your monthly $4.99 subscription, truly the best deal in all of combat sports. It's the BKFC app. So in New Mexico tonight, last week, of course, we were in the United Kingdom at Wembley in London. BKFC 27, it was truly an epic night. Veteran of 2 bare knuckle bouts, 2 pro MMA bouts. Brett May enters 2-0 in bare knuckle. Counter right hand, and now Cunningham is getting his offense going with that right hand. Overhook held down, half tie plum from Brett May. Turning 360 is Cunningham, and he takes the left hook again. Fight is over. Dr. Don Musi, Chief Medical Officer, just told Andrew Glenn, the referee.
For your winner by TKO, Ron Cunningham.
Jazza Simons is a very accomplished professional boxer from Argentina, now based in Spain, Franco Tenaglia. Free left hook, counter right hand. Good left hand again. Big shots, both fighters down. We'll see how Belgrade rules this, a double slip. Good entry left hand overhand right to the counter left.
Simon's showing a lot of toughness right now. You can tell every time he gets hit, he gets knocked down just like that.
That is a clean knockdown. 10. The count of 10 reached by Mike Belgrade.
For your winner by KO, Franco Tenaglia.
This is the bare knuckle and promotional BKFC debut for Dan Vinny from Romania, Conan Barbaru. Round number 1, rapid fire start for Conan Barbaru. He's in the black trunks. Great trunks for Dan Vinny. Big shots from Barbaru. Vinny now coming forward to the pocket. Short left hands. Big right hands now. Knockdown number 2. Wild swings, overhands. Vinny trying to stay tight and short with uppercuts. And that's knockdown number 3. No 3 knockdown rule in this BKFC rule set. Barbaru trying to find his way back into this fight. Overhand right, that lands. Counter right hand from Vinny. Again, you see the turn from Barbaru. Knockdown number 4. The count of 10 taken by Barbaru.
For your winner by KO, Dan, the King of Mekong, Vinny.
3-0 in bare knuckle, a veteran of 30 amateur boxing bouts, Ellis Shepard, also making his promotional BKFC debut with this bout. The duck unders from John Hick, right hand not there from Ellis Shepard. Feint on the jab, left hook from Hick. Double jab from John Hick. Throwing the jab to the body. Overhand right, counter right hand left to the body from Ellis Shepard.
Oh, good counter right there by Ellis.
Quality. Big shots on the inside.
Winner by unanimous decision, John Handsome Prince
From Hartlepool, Ash Griffiths. Here is the Welshman from Milford Haven, David Rounds. Blue trunks to the fighter from England, Ash Griffiths. Good left hand, check left hook from Rounds. Griffiths walking through it, Rounds. Uppercut to the body, right hand, overhand right. Knockdown number 1.
Let's see right here, he's going with Rounds and go for the finish.
Round big uppercuts. Modified half tie block. Off the ropes. We'll see if Bergliata counts it. Off the 1-2, then the hook to the body. Big shots. See Griffiths taking his mouthpiece out to get more air in his lungs. Knockdown number 3, and we are done.
For your winner by TKO, the Gangster Prince of Wales, David One More Round.
Adam Harris. This is his bare knuckle debut. He's had 5 pro boxing bouts. Domin Zoltaszek from Poland, now based here in England. Not there from Harris. Naked overhand right, not there. Big shots again to the head, to the body, and down goes Adam Harris. Zoltaszek, more big shots. Knockdown number 2. Harris thought he was up at 10. Andrew Glenn says that's it.
For your winner by KO, David Maximus Zoltaszek.
Danny Christie is now set for his pro combat sports debut. This is the bare knuckle debut for Terry Brazier. The bell, round number 1. Brazier now big to the body. Left hand, another left hand from Brazier. Big left hand from Christie. Another hard jab from Christie, sent down on that. Brazier cut, bridge of his nose. Time close, snatched by Brazier. This is when Brazier, I believe Chris has been doing his best work in this fight. And he's gone hard with that left hand on the turn and down. Ruled the knockdown quickly by Mike Belgrade. Brazier just took his mouthpiece out. And that game could be near. Big shot, says the left hand, the right hand. Mike Belgrade taking a really close look.
Got to put his hands up. He might want to jump in there right now because this isn't going to get any better.
Huge shots.
For your winner by TKO, Danny the Bastard Christie.
Chris Fishgold, 19-4-1 in his pro MMA career. Jake Bostwick, 29 bouts in his professional mixed martial arts career. That's part of his game.
Mentally sometimes, and it's his job to make that happen.
Way forward by Fishgold. Big swings from Bostwick. He told us he wore it throughout this fight. Big right hand in the left, another right hand from Bostwick. Huge shots now. Tree left hook for Fishgold, right hand. 1-2 from Fishgold. Good left hand, check left hook from Bostwick. Rear right uppercut from Bostwick. Coming forward again, half tie plug. Big shots on the inside, now to the left hand. Down goes Chris Fishgold. Forward off the jab. 50 seconds remaining, round 2. Knockdown number 2. Fishgold saying he slipped. Left hook not there from Fishgold. Good start to this middleweight fight from Jake Bostwick. And that is knockdown number 3. This good start has gotten that much better for Bostwick. Bergliata stops it, and that is a big win.
For your winner by TKO, Brutal Jake Bostwick.
This is bout number 9 in BKFC for Sam Shoemaker. Big ovation for Mick Terrell in his home nation, England. He's from North Shields in the north of this great country. Forward pressure from Terrell. Left hook is. Big jab, upper right hand, uppercut on the right hand, and down goes Sam Shoemaker.
He must be coming forward to land that big punch.
Right hand misses from Terrell, but allows the entry. There's a big right hand, and down goes Sam Shoemaker for the second time in round 1. There is
for your winner by KO, McTarrell.
There is the England part of the equation, the Englishman Tyler Goodjohn. Draped in the flag of his native Wales, James Lilly. Goodjohn with the feint with the right hand, rear left uppercut on the turn by Lilly. There's that uppercut. Good right hand by Goodjohn. Counter on the right hand by Lilly. That head movement. Fast combination on the inside from Lilly.
In favor of your winner by unanimous decision, James Lights Out Lilly.
Indeed, one of the most talented fighters on the entire BKFC roster, Joe Elmore. And a big ovation now for Connor Tierney from Birmingham, England. Left hand now on the entry, half-time play. Both fighters going hard to each other's body. There's the right hand. Combination on the inside. Tierney now coming forward. You hear the huge ovation. Tierney feinting right hand, big right hand again. Talked about massive contrast between these two fighters. Elmore shakes his head no, takes that right hand. Trying to explode forward into the pocket. Now 50 seconds to go in this fourth round. Right hand again. There was a 2-1. The two got through. Huge left hook on the check. Left hook from Connor Tierney. Cut between his brows. Elmore missing badly with that right hand, and it's Tierney playing to the crowd. Those uppercuts. Half-time plum snatched by Elmore. Big shots from Elmore on the inside. Counter right. Another right hand after the left from Connor Tierney. Left hook didn't fully get turned over by Elmore. Tierney again with the right hand. Left hook. 1-1-2 from Tierney off the jab. The right hand.
All in favor of your winner by unanimous decision, Connor, the Brumtown Bomber, Tierney.
Our tale of the bet is presented by DraftKings Sportsbook. Mike Perry, 1-0 in BKFC, 22 fights in his pro MMA career, including 15 in the UFC. Here in his home city of London, with a smile on his face, Michael Page. Entry on the naked right hand from Michael Page.
And you can see right now, like almost a taekwondo style counter right hand.
And that's ruled a knockdown. Down goes Michael Page in round one. There he's stepping forward, caught with the right hand, both hands down. Not ruled a knockdown by Andrew Glenn. To the body from Page. Right hand. There's the left hook.
He just continues to walk through punches.
There's a good left hook from Perry. We are in London. Michael Page versus Mike Perry. Perry coming forward off the right end. Down. Left hand from Page. On the entry.
In the event of a draw decision, a bare knuckle fight may continue with one overtime round. Ladies and gentlemen, this fight will continue.
And the chant of MVP. Perry on the overhand right. One now pouring from the nose, both nostrils of Michael Page. To the clinch once more. Underhook snatched by Page on the separation. 20 seconds remaining in this overtime round. Check left hook. Not much on that from Page. Left hand. Perry with the left hook. Down the stretch.
ringside have declared your winner by majority decision. Platinum, Mike Perry.
Tonight only, you'll receive 30% off all Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship merchandise when you use the promo code BKFC28 at bareknuckleshop.com. There's a huge selection of merch to choose from with sizes and styles for everyone. You can place your order now at bareknuckleshop.com. And again, a reminder, you can use promo code BKFC28 at checkout to get 30% off your entire purchase. Welcome to the new BKFC app. Watch every live Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship pay-per-view event for only $4.99 per month. Enjoy our all-new library of content, including unlimited access to the full library of BKFC pay-per-views, behind-the-scenes access, exclusive BKFC original series, and additional live Bare Knuckle fights from around the globe. You can access it anywhere you want, anytime you want, instantly on most streaming devices. It's all available right now on the new BKFC app, all here for only $4.99 a month. Knuckle up with the new BKFC app, still only $4.99 a month.
Taylor, you say you're not scared, then sign the dotted line.
Fuck any of these bitches that want to get in my fucking way.
That's a legitimate knockdown. The third of this fight.
Last week, BKFC stole the show in London. This week, it's the women's time to shine. Live from the Rio Rancho Events Center in the Duke City, Albuquerque, New Mexico. It's BKFC 28. Misfit vs. Killer B, and it starts right now.
Duke City, Burke, the 505 ABQ, so many names for Albuquerque.